Yo, it's your brother Mo, and today I want to talk to you about dopamine. Okay, every behavior that you are repeatedly engaged in, the only reason is because you experience a rush of dopamine as a result of exhibiting that behavior. Every habit that you have right now is a result of a dopamine driven feedback loop. Okay, there is a loop called habit loop. It starts with a trigger in the environment, which signals a reward, which is the reward of changing your brain chemistry. Then there's a behavior, and as a result of that behavior you have this experience, which is this change in hormonal concentration of dopamine whereby you feel good. Now evolutionarily, dopamine was developed to drive us towards pleasure and away from pain because our ancestors lived in a very different environment than the one we live in right now. The environment that we live in right now, our dopamine has basically become hacked. Okay, it's become hacked from the social media companies, from the food companies, from the pornography industry, and these are really the three things that are holding a lot of men back from living the lives that they're truly capable of. Like yesterday, I was sitting in my place. The internet was not really working. I was getting kind of frustrated because I had set out to do something and upload a video, which I couldn't really do. And I had these feelings of frustration within me. And at that point, I caught myself when there was a tendency to go ahead and order a bunch of food like pizza, like the chocolate lava cake, like cheesecake. And I was going ahead and, about to order these things. Then I caught myself. I'm like, I'm not even hungry right now. And what I am doing is trying to mask this feeling of discomfort with a rush of dopamine. Okay? Anytime that I catch myself when I am experiencing these cravings for food, for sugar, for sweets, for pizza, for weed, for alcohol, like I'm lucky in Bali there's no weed over here, otherwise I definitely probably would have sold a joint yesterday. But I was about to order the food and then I was like, I'm not hungry right now. And why am I doing it? Because it comes back to dopamine. Okay, understand that all the destructive habits that we engage in, we do it even though it's damaging to our well-being in the long run. We do it because we experience a rush of dopamine in the short run. Okay, same with checking your phone first thing in the morning. Okay, I guarantee that 90% of the people that are in this world who own a cell phone check their cell phone first thing in the morning before waking up and last thing before going to sleep. Okay, I have these tendencies myself where I wake up and I'm like, oh, I'll just check it right now, and this is going to be the last time where I'm going to check my phone. And right now I'm not 100% to the point where I don't check my phone first thing in the morning, but it is, I would say, 85% of the time I wake up and I meditate before checking my phone. Okay, because when we are checking our phone, this is really a hijacking of our brain's reward system. It's like the random rewards. It's like gamblers on the slot machine. Okay, sometimes you get a hit, sometimes you don't, and because it's random, you keep showing up for it. Okay, same with the scrolling. It's like you get that hit of reward. Oh, someone said something about me. Oh, someone commented on my post. Oh, let's see what they said about you. Okay, at the end of the day, when you get attached to getting your fix of dopamine from things that you are consuming, whether it is feedback from your peer group, whether it's feedback from your social network, whether it is consumption from the food that you're taking in from the environment, whether it is getting that quick fix from dopamine from pornography, the end of the day, all of these habits are not going to serve you in the long run because they are damaging to your well-being, and eventually they'll catch up with you whereby your mind knows that it is not supposed to go down this route. It's damaging to your well-being, but your body has become conditioned with these emotions whereby it's chasing this dopamine rush again and again and again to the point where it becomes very difficult for you to stop. Okay, so step one is awareness. If you are currently exhibiting behaviors that reveal some addictive tendencies, like the phone, I know because I've been there and I'm still in the process of completely getting rid of these addictions. Okay, an addiction is a behavior that is not in your best interest. It's something that you do again and again and again, even though it's damaging to your well-being. And the reason is because your dopamine reward pathway has become hijacked by things outside of you. Okay, in today's society, the way I see it, it's like these sugar industries, like, they hijack your taste buds, they hijack your rewards and your need to really get social approval from people, right? And they give it randomly to you, so you get hooked on it as well. And then pornography, okay, because the desire of sex is the most powerful stimuli that the mind has. Okay, Napoleon Hill said that in Think and Grow Rich. It's the most powerful stimuli. And when we are letting go of our life force energy again and again and again, then we lack that energy to go ahead and create positive change in our lives, even though we know we are not on the optimal path. Okay, so those are the three things that you need to watch out for, because dopamine is really taking over control when you are exhibiting behaviors that you know you're not supposed to do. So it's time to go through a dopamine detox, whereby it will be very hard for you not to check your phone the first few days when you decide not to, but when you do it anyway and you change your association with dopamine. Okay, for me, I'm changing it to get dopamine from consumption. I still enjoy meals, man. I love eating food. I love enjoying like a nice appetizing meal. I go on social media and feels good to like fucking scroll sometimes, right? But if you can switch over from that consumption framework into the creation framework, whereby you experience a rush of dopamine from creating something, like after every time I make one of these videos, I literally feel a high. I'm like, okay, I feel good because I created something right now. Okay, so if you can switch over from consumption to creation, if you can switch over from a reaction in the first thing in the morning, like checking your emails, reacting to other people's agendas, reacting to your social media posts, to creation, right? Whatever it is that you want to create, at the end of the day, we are all creative beings. We are here to create. We are here to put out something that was not there before, that could not have been there before without us being here. Okay, so tap into your creative potential. Stop letting go of your creative energy, which might be depriving your creative potential, and switch your associations with what you associate. Switch your associations with what you associate dopamine with, okay? What you associate pleasure with, and switch it from consumption to reaction to creation, okay? With that, I conclude this video, and I'll see you in the next one.